I'm going to start this by saying that this is definitely not a, I'm not trying to sell securities at all. I'm not soliciting the sale of any securities whatsoever. This is absolutely a paid segment for GRAPE. If you've heard of it, let me know in the comments below, because this is a new one to me, but we're going to do a little bit deeper of a dive than I would in a typical review. Not because they've asked me to, but because through reading a lot of this stuff, I feel like this could be really cool, but I'm not sold on it just yet. I'm just being real honest. They've already paid me. They can't take it back. I'm saying what I think. And they've already been warned. That's how I roll. So I just call it as I see it, and we'll see how that ends up. But anyway, this does read like a pretty exciting project. Okay, I will say that. But I have my reservations, and I'll let you know what those are. So GRAPE core principles are based on 6 pillars of security, storage, flexibility, scalability, compatibility, and adoption. I read through the light paper. And the light paper, it all sounds great. If this is a legitimate project, which I have no way of really knowing one way or the other, let's be real about it. But what they lay out sounds phenomenal. Okay, it does sound phenomenal. So I'm going to go over a couple of these key points. I'm going to share some information, and then we're going to talk about this a little bit. GRAPE will simplify the creation of smart contracts by introducing AI-based coding powered by AN. Okay, this is their own internal system, almost like Marlowe to Cardano. Okay, I'm just going to tell you straight up. There are a lot of elements to this that I feel are very derivative of Cardano and Ethereum. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but some of the stuff feels derivative. Leveraging artificial intelligence with language models and text-to-code translator, users will be able to create smart contracts by formulating simple prompts. This would be cool if there was a way for me to be able to code. I'm not even showing you guys yet. All right, so here we are. So this is GRAPE. Sorry about that. Gay for Crow. So 377 of you live right now, and you're going to check out GRAPE. Now, I think this all sounds really, really cool. I'm going to be straight up with you, but I need to see it. In order for me to really buy in, I need to see it. That's my biggest thing. But yeah, leveraging artificial intelligence with language models and text-to-code translator, users will be able to create smart contracts by formulating simple prompts. If I could create blockchain-enabled smart contracts on a 700,000 TPS blockchain with full interoperability and quantum proofing in something like Midjourney, okay, you've got my money. Just shut up and take my money. But until I see it actually operational and it's proven, I'm not real. I'm interested and I'm watching. That's basically the most I can say just yet. The network will split into shards to achieve effectively unlimited scalability. This is very similar in some ways to like Hydra on Cardano in a sense. Sharding makes participation in the network more network validation more accessible, which in turn will push GRAPE to an unparalleled performance. A lot of their scalability, their sharding, a lot of the stuff, it very much sounds to me kind of like Cardano's Hydra and staking nodes. GRAPE's unique smart contract engine will support interoperable NFTs. This would be huge, especially in like Web3, Web4, the gaming metaverse. That all sounds fantastic to me. Okay. An interoperable NFT standard allows users to transfer their items between games. This ensures any game progress can be transferred, traded, or sold. I love that. I love it. I mean, this is like, this is a beautiful thing. On paper, it sounds like a beautiful thing in every way. Projects that require maximum flexibility will be able to launch a brand or a branch chain and contribute to GRAPE's infrastructure. So their branch chain is basically like setting up a node. Okay. And basically so the way that this is ultimately designed, from what I gathered, is that you've got your main net chain, right? And let's say you have a game or some sort of Web3 or a metaverse application or something of that nature. You're going to be able to create the framework for your application on its own like brain chain, like a secondary, like a layer 2 chain, so that you can set all the information, all the parameters, how it should work, transaction fees, all of the things associated with your project on a branch chain that will then connect to the main net for storing everything, which again sounds very much like Hydra to me. It's almost like they're taking a lot of the ideas related to Cardano and creating something different. I haven't seen it yet, though. This to me is a big one. I have seen this claim so many times that I just don't buy it. Cardano's not even quantum proof. Okay, so this to me is a red flag in my personal opinion. Quantum resistance is a fundamental requirement in the post-quantum world. Well, obviously. We're not really in the post-quantum world, though. Right now, a lot of projects are building the ability to upgrade to quantum proofing technology when it's available or when they need it. But as of right now, I don't know of many blockchains. Maybe Hedera Hashgraph might be quantum proof. I think they said that. I think I've read that multiple times in the past. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, if you don't mind, if you know. Proprietary module DART is based on the quantum resistant encryption algorithm, which allows GRAPE to ensure comprehensive security. Listen, show me how this is quantum resistant. I'm all about it. But I've seen this claim so many times over the last 5 years alone, and I don't know of many, if any, that have actually come through and proven it. Decentralized cloud storage is the crucial element of the decentralized ecosystem. GRAPE will allow anyone to become a node operator and provide disk space in exchange for a reward. So this basically this like P2P cloud-based shared data, that could be pretty cool. That could be really cool. Listen, I mean, everything about this to me sounds phenomenal, okay? It does. It sounds phenomenal. But I got to know more. I got to see some of this stuff in action. I've been burned too many times. I was going through the team. It's basically a Ukrainian team. And I know some Ukrainian developers, man. I know quite a few of them, and they're all sharp. I mean, they're all sharp. These guys are good coders. They're good programmers. They're really good developers. But for all of the claims made in this project, the team looks pretty small, and I don't see blockchain developers. I don't see full stack devs. I don't see anybody. I see the chief scientist. That's cool. I see another scientist. That's cool. And then everything from there is community manager, community relations, influencer manager. Listen, this is a paid segment, and I'm all about paid content, and I'm all about supporting really cool, innovative projects, but I always call it as I see it. I always tell folks, you cannot buy my opinion. You can only buy time on my channel. I think this project could have legs. It could be really cool, but I gotta see more than an idea. Okay, that's all there is to it. I got to see more than an idea. Where is the team that's bringing all this to fruition? This is a lot of stuff. I mean, these technologies that they've basically broken down and all, I mean, who's developing it all? It can't just be these two guys doing it all on their own. So those are my thoughts. Are they outsourcing this? If they're outsourcing it, who is it being outsourced to? These are very important questions to me. Now, I will say that their FAQ is really interesting. If you're interested in anything that I've read here today, you should definitely take a look at this. I would never tell anybody to run out and buy anything, ever. And I'm not saying it now. I'm saying if it interests you, this is definitely a project that if there's some strong legitimacy to the claims that they're making and they're actually building something like this, it is definitely worth paying attention to. But this whole thing is being built with the idea of, honestly, a lot of the stuff that Cardano and some of the other blockchains are being built on. But, we're going to take a look at this. Now, these are some finer points, because a lot of folks are going to be like, well, what are the tokenomics? What tell me something that I want to know about. The primary goal of GRAPE is to create a fully decentralized infrastructure, which I love. Due to the unique design, GRAPE network performance will grow with each new advanced node connected to it, allowing it to reach 700,000 transactions per second and more. And then it's showing a little graph. One user node, 1,000 TPS. This is exactly like Hydra. This is all broken down exactly like Hydra. And the other thing too is they're apparently building all of this, but I don't see any mention of any kind of VC money, investment capital, anything. It's just them preparing for this kind of a token sale, GRP. And if you go to buy it, you kind of have to register. And there are so many things that I've seen in this that are like, there's going to be yields and then staking yields and all sorts of stuff. They're talking about different airdrops and all that, and that could all be really cool. But I want to take a quick gander at some of this other information here. So currently you can get GRP for $23 a piece in round one of their distribution. Well, why? $23 is insanity. I mean, when you're talking about like a price of an untested, unproven, I mean, that's higher than most IPOs out there with an actual legitimate company that's been in operation for years. So this is obviously a significant gamble. And for me personally, not one I would take. Okay. And I know they're going to be so mad when they see this, but I'm sorry, it is what it is. I think that if these guys and gals, if this team can prove that they're not only capable of building this, but they can start showing some real, basically show me more than a couple of guys on a website and a light paper and a series of ideas and goals that sound amazing on paper. I need to see more, especially at $23 for a round one investment in a blockchain. That's crazy. And of course they'd say, well, we have half of the total supply of Bitcoin. I think it's like 10 million total supply. Okay, well, that's cool. But it doesn't matter if I have all 10 million in a project that has nothing but an idea or a light paper. So that's a pretty big deal to me. I'm just being very upfront. GRAPE is taking off where blockchain and Web3 ended by creating the ecosystem necessary for Web4. AI-driven, mass adoption ready Web3. And I love all that. I love all the ideas that have been laid out in this. I just got to see a little bit more than ideas for this kind of money, especially. GRAPE has already launched Vine, which is its distributed DAG ledger currently in testnet stage, and its distributed cloud system, a decentralized file storage network. That's cool. AI smart contract and dApp creator, a decentralized cloud storage system, and quantum computing resistance are things that make it stick out most. Okay, but I need to see how this is quantum proof. Okay, because and that's the thing. In some documents I read, it sounds like this is already in existence. And then in others, it sounds like it's a future concept. And I don't know which is which. And so that to me is obviously a big deal. I need to see this stuff. GRAPE will be able to handle 700,000 transactions per second versus 29 for Ethereum and 15,000 for centralized platforms like Visa. Okay. Or 15,000 TPS. GRAPE seeks to turn anyone into a decentralized app creator via its AI neural engine. And again, that all sounds really cool. I got to see it because Ann sounds like Marlowe to me. Marlowe just launched after years of development, and that's with teams of hundreds of developers. Where's Ann? Let me see it. Let me play with it. I'm all for it. Using Ann, users will be able to create smart contracts through text command, then eventually complete websites and apps with intricate UI. I'm sorry, I got to call BS on this, man. I can't, listen, I love paid segments and I love companies that are willing to pay me to get exposure on my channel. And I appreciate GRAPE. And I hope I improve it on so many levels to be wrong in my head about what these guys and gals are doing, because it all sounds absolutely amazing. This could potentially change the world. If they're able to just show me some of it. That's all I'm saying. Just show me. And you know what? If they come to me and they say, you know what, Crow, you're a little hard on us. You are a paid segment and you were a little hard on us. We didn't really like some of the stuff you said because we've got this, that, and another thing. And I will say, come on live and let's see it. Just show my people. I give everyone on this team the opportunity to come live on this channel. Don't have to pay me. Segments already paid for. We're already doing it right here. Come on live. Let's show the world what you've got built. show the world what you're developing. I'm all for it. I'm absolutely willing to support. I just need to see more than some of these amazing ideas, and that's really all there is to it. I've been around too long to be caught up in potential idea, especially when you're talking about a $23 block, a cryptocurrency as a round one seed. Listen, if they're actually building all of this stuff, that $23 isn't going to be anything. Okay, with 10 million in token supply, a $23 round one seed stage. I mean, I think it'd be $500 someday if they're actually building all of this, if this is all legitimate. But I got to see it to believe it, and that's just my personal opinion. Reading some of this stuff, it was honestly like reading a lot of things I read about Cardano early on as well. So, I'm willing to have the CEO or somebody, as long as they speak fluent English, because that could be a problem potentially. Because I got to be able to understand things. I just don't do accents very well, and that's my own ignorance. I already have a difficult time hearing as it is. I bounced in clubs for years when I was a kid. I think my ears have been blown. And half the time my wife says stuff and I'm like, what? I feel like an elderly man half the time.